Welcome back to Good Day Alabama, everyone. The time is 7:22 and Money Tuesday, making the right moves for 2010. What you need to watch in the new year before you invest. Financial planner Stewart Welch joins us this morning to talk a little bit about that outlook going into the new year. It's good to see you.
Morning, Rick.
Hey, thanks for being with us today. Okay. Let's talk about the economy in general. Still kind of bouncing around there, but signs of improvement.
There are signs of improvement. I think when you look at the broad economy, you will see during 2010 the economy is going to improve. Interest rates, which have been historically low, pushed down by the federal government, are going to remain low at least through the first half. I think one of the signs you're going to see is the Fed is probably going to begin to raise interest rates before the end of the year. And that is a signal that inflation, they'll be fighting inflation, and it's a signal that the economy is beginning to heat up.
Key area to be watching also, though, is Washington. You talk about the Fed, but what is Congress and the White House going to be doing, dealing with the economy, too? That is going to factor into a few things as far as investments and as far as the way people approach their money, too, right?
Well, I think the first thing is that the federal government has now figured out that the job one is jobs. You know, they need to get out there and create jobs. So I think you'll see packages that are related to creating jobs. Ultimately, you've got employment at 10%. I think by the end of the year, you're going to see that come down, but it's still going to be a really high number, like 9%. So what we're going to see, at least in the beginning part of this, is a jobless recovery.
Let's talk about the stock market for a moment. I remember we were sitting in a place very similar to this in the old set this time a year ago, and you were saying, look, stock market is down right now. Wait, though, watch. You should see a rebound of such. And we have seen that this year.
Well, you've seen a huge rebound. Yeah. The market's up over 60% from the lows of this past year. And I think what you're going to see by the end of 2010 is the market is actually going to end higher. But the market's had such a large rise at this point that you should expect that the market's going to have some settling in there. And so if you have money to invest, what I would encourage you to do, particularly if it's lump sum, is to average it into the market over the next, say, 6 to 12 months. Because you don't know when those setbacks are going to happen. And they might be pretty dramatic. You might see 5, 10, maybe as much as 15%.
Okay.
Before it builds a base and ends up higher by the end of the year.
Okay, so go in slowly, but that should be your position. That should be that stance that you take going into this new year, right?
That, and I think I like dividend, blue chip dividend paying stocks. I think when the money, there's $3 trillion sitting on the sidelines, I think as that money, that's kind of frightened money, as that money begins to move back into the market, it's going to tend to move toward the safer stocks. That's going to be your blue chips that are paying dividends.
All right, it's always good to see you. Happy New Year to you, Stuart.
You too, Rick.
Thanks a lot. Hey, let's go over to Mickey Ferguson again.
Okie dokie, we've got some sun.